And that was when I realised, not an actor, I am an artist.
Such a touching story. I wanted to be an actor once. I couldn't be an actor either. I was a school nativity play and they wouldn't let me on the stage. I just had to clean the donkey.
Donkey?
His name was Pickles. Every night I looked up at that stage and there was always a cardboard donkey up there. Never Pickles. He was never on the stage. I love that donkey. Hey, do you have an alibi?
Yes, I have an alibi.
What is it? Fuck.
By the time I saw the falling fall, I was painting a blind man gold.
Why?
Part of the James Bond exhibition. Goldfinger.
And if I talk to this man, will he clarify this?
Yes! But hurry!
Alright, why?
Because the last I seen him, there was lots of shines people getting paid. Mental.
Right, I'm off to talk to some mimes, I think. Right.
Stop! Fuckface! I want to draw you.
I've been so emotional. My eyes have been sitting up worse than Bobby's love after 4 rounds with Fat Annie. Oh. You know, some say you may have deserved what you got. You shat on the doormat. Oh. Oh. Bastard. Oh. Oh, I should have killed him. Oh. What did I do?
Ah-ha!
What is it?
Aha, take on me. Right, you look guilty.
Me? Guilty?
Yes, you guilty.
You?
No, you
Me?
guilty.
Guilty?
You guilty. What were you talking about?
Cat and mouse.
What are you talking about?
Oh, a cat.
A cat
And a mouse.
and a mouse.
But more about the cat
The cat.
than the mouse.
Oh, who are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. The bastard crawled through my bedroom. I got a scare. I thought it was a rat. You know, I don't like rats. So anyway, I got a big pillow. The big splattering. You know, the rest of the move.
And then what happened?
I don't know what you're talking about. What? I just told you what happened there. Oh, wait. I know what you're here for. You're here about that story about the man falling down, aren't you?
Yes, I need to know what happened to the man who was down at the bottom of the building.
Well, I've seen him. I've seen him fall. You see, I was in this room downstairs, you know, with a girl. And we're running about naked, as you do. You know. I'm naked, things walking about like that. You know. And the next thing you know, she said she should put something on. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm bloody offends her. So I grabbed my t-shirt, stick it back on, and stick it off. And she's like, have you got on? And I'm like, no, it's stuck. She's like, no, I mean one of these. It's a condom, by the way, a condom. I'm like, oh, you mean one of those? Ah! So you know, I tried to get it on. Couldn't get an erection. So, just had to go to sleep. I lied in her bed. Well, she went off away to the chair to watch Coronation Street. And I was lying there thinking, who the fuck has the pink borders around the wall? And I better leave her. So I left at the landing. And the next thing I hear her screaming, there's a fucking pervert at the window! Oh my god! Next thing I hear, I'm gonna nail your fucking prick to the wall! Oh, much, it's crazy! And then the next thing I see, from the window from the landing, I see a man fall! He had a ski mask on. And an erection. It's crooked.
So, who did you kill?
Oh yeah, a cat.
A cat. With a pink collar.
Maybe?
Did he call to cuddles?
Yes. I know I'll help you get over this.
You killed the cat! You bastard! And you accused me! Ah!
And get the bum in.
Right, troops. I know much yourself. Keep well. Live large. Man. It's really meant to be here. It's all my time, eh? Of course, you never really know when your time is, eh? It's not like when you're born, your clock counts down. How much time you've got left, is it? You never know the day or the hour, so they say. And I did know something wasn't quite right. Not sure what it was that tipped me off. I got a full day's sleep, you know, which never ever happens because this boy stays in my building. He's a couple of tiles short of the roof. He's always watching these horror films. The noise is just horrendous. It's not a couple, always screaming and bawling and shouting at each other. I say a couple. There's a guy and there's a woman. She's about 90 and he looks about 12. I don't know if they're together or whatever. It's my philosophy. But when I was been around and shit, whenever that was happening, he'd always sit down in front of the piano and start hammering away, you know. So I get a little bit more peace and quiet. I'm not doing and I nick the keys with it. You know, I thought I was going to make some money passing it on, selling it at the key store, but apparently it's a different kind of shot. Maybe it was the way when I was having my breakfast, you know, usually my toaster's got two sets, it's either charcoal or frozen. I put bread in, it came out this lovely golden brown colour all over, nice and uniform. Beautiful. I know where it was actually. I knew something was up. With the letters through the door and opened them up, and this letter from the job shop. They only ever phoned me when something's wrong, so immediately I was on edge. What was up? Mr. So-and-so, to inform you, here we go, this is a bit of a for cutting your benefits. What are they cutting my benefits for? I provide a service. How am I supposed to provide a service if I don't have the financial backing of Her Majesty's government? Somebody's obviously not thought this through. It's a vital service I provide. You could call it freelance couples therapy. I like to find a couple that are around, you know, a couple that are at each other's throats. A couple with problems, right? Probably not a couple like that yourself. And what I do is just bring you in, take away their problems. So happens I've used tellies as problems. Tellies, Xboxes is a problem. Tellies and Xboxes and stereos. Laptops, phones. Basically anything I can sell on for a wee bit of scratch. Something like that, you know, a little bit of diversionary sort of tactics that comes in. Let me put it to you this way, right? You go home from work, you have your dinner, you sit down in front of the telly. What happens? That's right, fuck all. You sit there and you watch the goggle box for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, surrounded by your loved ones. You're ignoring each other. No? Idiot lantern blaring away in the corner there, or these bright colourful colours dancing around about the walls and the ceiling and all that. You know, the music's coming out into your earlobes, washing your brain for you as you sit there. You're not conversing. No communicating. You're not extolling the great ideas and experiences and adventures you've had this day, are you? No, there's nothing going on. See, that right there, that's the core of the problems in every household in this country. At least that's my opinion. See what I do, I just sweep in there with a knight in shining armour. My ex used to say I was wearing like a shining, whining armour. Just breeze in there. I left all these things out the road. Wake up the next morning, everything's gone. You've no idea how that happens, except for maybe a wee old windy or pick lock. See when that happens, doesn't matter who you are, all of a sudden you're aware you're no safe as you thought you were in your house anymore. Security, sanctity, comfort, safety, all of that, it's all gone. All gone. See when that happens? When you're feeling alone, when you're feeling scared, you don't know where to turn, you don't know who to turn to. What are you going to do? Who are you going to call?
Ghostbusters!
No. What you're going to do is you're going to turn to the person you love the most. You're going to say to them, look, I'm scared. You're going to turn to that person, you're going to say to them, I'm worried. I don't feel safe. You're going to open up the floodgates, break down the barriers. When you do that, you talk about anything. How come you don't look me in the eye when we make love anymore? How come you call me your dad's name? I'm getting off topic. Look, the point is, as soon as you start talking, you can do anything. You know, it's going to galvanise a relationship. It's going to bring you closer together. And after that, there ain't nothing you can't do. At least that's how I managed to get to sleep at nights after I've sold everybody's goodies, you know. But get back to this letter I got here for the job shop. It says I'm going to start stopping my money. That makes any kind of sense. I've been in the dough for fucking years. I mean, it's not like they have to do anything, they just need to let the money come out of the account. They're going to have to employ someone to look at my situation, assess the situation, decide they're going to stop the money, get somebody else to go in, and then take the line out for the bank. That's a lot more hassle. It's a lot easier on everybody if they just let the money come to me. At least, so I'm looking at it. Now, I must admit, I'd had about 10 pints at dinner the night before, so I wasn't thinking too clearly. Right. As far as I saw, I had to get down to that job shop and have a wee word with whatever dick behind the counter had made this decision and smooth it all over so everything was back the way it was. So I did. Got up, pegged it right down there, kicked the front door and rolled up to the desk and I went, "Oh, you slag! Give my money!" I must have had a lot of impact because the poor wee bastard behind the desk, pish and sweat, she ain't like a junkie. That's when I realised I was still wearing the ski mask for the job the night before. So I left, I ran straight back up the road as fast as I could. It was only when I got outside my flat, lungs hanging out my nostrils. Yeah, I thought it through again and I realised I've not actually broken any laws. Fashion police have probably got something to say about it. I mean, they're a bit of a fashion faux pas, aye, but it's not hanging offence, is it? They must have been shine speeding back because I could hear the sirens a few blocks away. They were getting closer now. I had to get indoors. See, there's this fucking police right been after me for ages, man. He's dying to stick me inside. I'm not going back in. No game. Guy's pretty as this. He's a last. Definitely end up with somebody's wee bitch. Right meal of sea biscuit. I get out my farts and we'll be making any noise. I had to get indoors. My tongue's out crying in. I realise I've gone and left my keys inside, haven't I? Fucking genius. And that's when I noticed the corner of my eye. Right there, all along. Bubbler's friend. But more commonly known as a drain pipe. It's a long way to go. Fucking not climbed higher for work. And they're getting closer. Nothing else for it. Just got to grab a hoist and start climbing. And I got up past floor number 1. I'm making good time. And it's only when I got up to floor number 2 and I'm passing it. Well, that's a mill. I realise why it is I normally take the stairs. timing's for dicks, man. Just got to keep going, man. No far to go now. I'm making good time, I'm getting close, and at the corner of my eye, as I'm passing the next floor, I see this horrible, 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 horrible pink border all the way around this room. It caught my eye and I ended up looking inside, and as I did, purely by accident, I noticed this bird sitting there watching the telly. Scutting off. Boobies out. Enjoy. It's true to say, you know, a thing of beauty is a joy forever. I'm going to be enjoying this view for quite a wee while to come. Now, at this point, I'm going to go a bit off topic here. See, when I saw this, no, let me put it to you another way here, right? It's very, very easy for a woman to just lie there like an ungrateful sack of ties, planning the shopping list. But us guys, we've got to do an awful lot of stuff all at the same time, and we are no built for multitasking, let me tell you. We've got to support our weight with our elbows, we've got to support our weight with our knees, we've got to do some kind of back-breaking concertina exercise, and we've got to redirect some very valuable blood from our brain, our extremities, our appendages and our other vital organs to somewhere else, so we can construct an entirely new body part. We don't get any credit for this. And we shouldn't we? Am I right?
Okay.
Fuck that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. At this particular moment though, I was staring in the window. It wasn't really helping very much, you know. I'm sporting a wee 10-pole going on in my trousers and wee Robert, big Bobby as I like to call it, flapping away in the window, in the breeze, as if to say, right darling, come here often. What you want, eh? As he's battering away in the glass, she hears and she turns round and she looks at me with fire and hate in her eyes, and she gets up, her boobs quivering with rage. She's got a hammer in her hand and she starts marching towards me and she screams, "I'm going to nail your dick to the window!" I think, not today's princess, I'll see you later on. I just carry on going, and just as I'm getting by the window, my phone goes. Hello? Aye. You're shitting me. No, that's too good, aye. No, I tell you, I'll phone you back, right? I'm kind of busy now. Aye, right, aye, cheers. Claims direct. They're saying if I have an accident at work, you can help me claim some compensation. So I keep on going, and I can see at the corner of my eye, my window ledge is just out of reach. So I climb a little higher, and I get my fingers around the window ledge and pull myself a little higher. And just as I'm getting my other hand up, I feel something warm and hairy. Get that across my fingers. I admit, my feet took a grab for it, and it squealed and it bites down on me, and its teeth go right down to the bone, and the blood pisses out all over my fingers and down my arms, and I let go! And I start to tumble through the air. As I'm falling faster and faster towards the ground, I think to myself, I don't have a fucking cat. I look up at it, and the cat's just sitting there on the window ledge looking at me with a look as if to say, "Your move, fucko." I don't have a cat. And as I'm tumbling past the windows, past the boobies, past the glass of milk, and I'm almost at the bottom, it hits me just before I hit the ground. My flat is on the other side of the building!